Diego, you're so skinny and tough.
You are way more energetic than I remember. Dora, this isn't the jungle. It's high school. It's life or death. Keep a low profile.
Just be yourself. Excuse me? I'm kind of stuck.
And just be cool, Dora.
Okay, what is this?
Oh,
Where did you transfer from?
the jungle.
I believe that because I grew up with her and I feel like I know the character so well, that it was just, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I knew what I wanted to do with her right off the bat when I read the script. So when I went in to do testing, because they sent me the script before the testing, I just kind of presented what I thought was Dora and what she was going to be like, this high energy ball of like enthusiasticness and for the life and then charm, and as well as like really authenticity in every single word she speaks, every single action she does. And I mean, I just think it's gonna be, they liked it, so here we are, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great opportunity, and I love the dynamics between the characters and how like his character comes in and he's like the hero, right? At the beginning, we're like, oh my god, he is the hero.
That was a huge plot twist. Yeah.
I will with your parents. You're all in danger.
We're gonna die out here.
There's no need to overreact.
Get it off! Get it off!
And especially when he was the one who was scared of everything. Yeah. And I love like Diego and how he's like really, really cool.
Right.
And like the awkwardness between Dora and Diego.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's super fun.
Boots! Of course, she knows this monkey.
Well, I had no idea what Boots was gonna look like. I was thinking more like the capuchin monkey from Natural History Museum, the Night at the Natural History Museum. Remember that one? But then it ended up being, I think they did it in a clever way. It looks like a cartoon, but in like a natural setting, which I love. And he's super cute. He reminds me of my dog personality-wise. So it's super easy to act with, you know, a stick. I just had to pretend it was my Pluto.
Wow.
Yeah, we just had a stick with like a dot for an eye line. And but when it came to, so you said bringing the character to life. Yeah. Well, when it came to Dora, I mean, as soon as you put the orange shorts and the pink shirt and the bangs on, it was like I didn't recognize myself.
We're on to something big, Dora.
An ancient city made of gold.
We're gonna break some rules.
We're coming with you, Prima.
Oh, look. Dora brought a knife on the field trip, everybody.
So, Isabela, Dora is all about adventure and exploration. What has been something that you've done that has been very adventurous, or what's on your bucket list to do? Actually, either one you can answer. Both you can answer.
I'd say that coming from a family with two brothers who were all very competitive, I've done some pretty crazy things in my life. I mean, I did go scuba diving at the Great Barrier Reef when we were filming it in Dora. Wow. Had to see that before it was gone. As well as in Peru, I went to Iquitos. It's like on the Amazon, and I mean, that was just insane. Like, I saw pink dolphins, I held like monkeys and butterflies and sloths and snakes, and it was just amazing. I love that kind of stuff. Like, life's too short not to do weird stuff like that. And they don't have cars there either. Like, they just rode like bikes everywhere, like motorbikes. There's horrible traffic though.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I love exploring. I love it. And actually, I've been risking my kid's life constantly doing that, honestly. And I would love to go explore the Amazons. That's a place that I've never been before.
Come with me.
I will. I would love
I got
to.
the plug. I know like to some people at UNICEF, so I went there for a UNICEF trip.
Really?
Yeah. So we got to like actually speak to like people who live there. And like in the community as well as in the city. Like I was at first in like the nature part of it. But oh my god, I saw this fish called a paiche. It's like huge. Like it jumps like 6 feet up in the air out of the water.
Wow.
Insane. It tastes really good though.
Are you sure you should be touching that?
What is that? That does not sound like a good noise.
I don't think this is a jungle puzzle. This is Fukio. What the flip is a Fukio?
It's an ancient underground aqueduct. Inca engineers built some of the most elaborate irrigation systems ever devised. Water from above using gravity.
Stop pulling levers, Randy!
I'm trying to find the off switch!
So, quick question. I'm always curious of the realism and authenticity in movies, even when they're fiction, such as Dora. The language, the dialect that was spoken, is that a real language? For example, Quechuan, or did you make that up?
Oh, the Quechua is 100% real. Yeah, Quechua. Okay, so there are a few indigenous languages to Peru, and I know it's because I'm Peruvian, I think, but Quechua is specific to different regions. So Quechua varies depending on the regions. But the one that we were doing was the one of like the where we were at specifically in the mountains. But it was really cool. I had to learn it. I had to learn it for the movie. It was like 2 paragraphs, and like my grandparents speak it. Very lightly. I mean, my grandpa only knows a few dirty jokes, but my tia abuela, like my grandma aunt, I would have to call her on set sometimes because we didn't have a translator there. We just had audio recordings. So if I needed some word, I would call her and she'd be cooking, and I would ask her for the translation. It was really really cool. Like I feel more connected to my culture for sure. We learned about the Kipu, which is the unwritten language of the Inca. Of the Inca people, and how they use like ropes and little knots, and knots, depending on how big they were, meant literal sentences.
I saw that.
It's just insane. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but everything was real. Actually, the language she was speaking, the sets, we were shooting in the real jungle.
Yeah, they did their extensive research. Yeah, they're professionals like working on.
Yeah, and it was so really a few special effects, but everything was real.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna do a lot of CGI
for the jungle and
for
stuff.
For the jungle, or for when we are like doing all the underwater scenes and this thing gets floated but no, it was.
We were actually underwater. Like for Aquaman, they didn't even go underwater, but for our movie, we had to like take underwater diving classes. And
it was really everything was true.
That's crazy.
Honey, here's your satellite phone. Call us anytime, and you can track our coordinates on your map.
But it's not the same. I'm an explorer, like you.
Oh, honey, you have the whole world to explore. Go see it. Make friends. That's real exploring.
But I don't know how.
Yes, you do. Just be yourself, Dora, okay?
One recurring theme throughout the entire movie with Dora was basically she remained her genuine self throughout.
Yes.
Despite even being ridiculed. So my question for both of you actually is, with this recent age of social media and how easy it is to be influenced by other people, and like it's easy to kind of lose yourself because you want to conform and fit into what society wants you to be. How have you guys been able to resist that? And was there a specific situation where you really had to channel into your true and genuine self?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I love that question.
It's I think one of the values of this movie is that Dora, even though she's bullied because she's different and she's like the weirdo, she stays true to herself. She doesn't change just to try to fit in.
Right. Yeah, but
and after a few time, she's loved because she's unique and different.
Right. I think I don't think it's because she wants to be like, oh, I'm not like them though, because sometimes that's a common theme in Hollywood is like, you think the character thinks that they're better than everybody else, but she really just doesn't know anything but how to be herself. She hasn't been exposed to social media, which I have been a victim of, like just seeing everybody in their perfect versions of themselves that they can create and really falling into that trap. I mean, it's so easy to do so. But I admire Eugenio for one. Like, I don't know if it's because you grew up without social media, but you've always been yourself in every situation, and you've always been so patient during the movie when they like would force him to do like crazy things, and and I mean, like, it's important to really keep an eye on the people who are like your role models. I think that's to avoid that. Like, really like listen to your mother. Like, my mother was definitely the reason why I didn't get caught up in all of that, because boy, like, actors my age are crazy. The majority of them are getting into something, terrible.
My mom was an actress too, and she was always telling me about don't do drugs, don't drink, and I haven't drank a sip in my entire life.
But
Wow.
So it was really hard for me when I was a teenager. But I said I want to. I just this is me, and I'm not gonna change just to fit in, and I did it, and I'm very proud of it.
That's awesome.
See, it's awesome. Like that's
In my never ever in my life I've been drunk or anything.
No, you did tell us that one story though, where you tried it. And you hated it, like a sip. Like you tried a little sip and you just hated it. And that, from then on, he was like, never.
Never.
And that's it. Like, end of story. I don't even think he swallowed it. He spit it out.
When I did that.
He was 10. You see, Latinos are crazy. Their children are like drinking from an early age, but it gets rid of like the idea that it's like something fun to do. You know, like it's just you.
I said, what am I doing with my life? I was 10.
He literally said that.
No more. Ever.
We spent like hours laughing at that. Like that's such a you thing.
We're gonna have a talk
About the dangers of the big city.
See, you're gonna be invited to some parties, and some of these parties they're called raves.
The people there are called ravers?
Yeah, and then they love glow sticks and candy necklaces and hacky sacks. The music it sounds like this.
Go get it!
Yeah, it's very aggressive. Very aggressive. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, be careful. That's what we want to say.
I want to play a little game called This or That.
Okay.
All right.
Are we supposed to answer at the same time?
Separately or at the same time, unless
Okay.
you guys can look at each other and
Okay.
high school or the jungle?
The jungle.
Depends on what I have. I would definitely say high school. Like you gotta get like malaria shots or Zika virus. You gotta worry about that.
High school is
as
worse.
well as like, but cafeteria food versus bugs for protein.
Okay. I would say jungle.
Right.
All right, dancing or singing?
Ooh, it's tough. I would say singing.
Dancing.
Yeah, I could see you dancing.
Cartoon Dora or live action Dora?
Live action Dora.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Live
it's
action.
more two-dimensional and more depth.
Yeah. I feel like I can't answer that though, because I'm literally live action Dora. Like.
That's why.
That's right.
Okay, I guess.
Even though it was cool to see Cartoon Dora show up.
Yeah, right? I love that part.